funny at. Just chat it up all the time, and we'll look at it, and that's it. And call Herbert S. Tuttleton a real piece of shit, because that's what he is. So just do that, and also no blockchain talk. Don't.
I want to die.
So we're gonna have so much fun. That's it, and you're gonna see it now. Here comes Herbert S. Tuttleton's Hell Hour. It's starting right now. Right there. There it is.
Hello, welcome to Monday, you little working donkeys, slaving hard like a mule, but no one will give you the privilege or the respect to call you a donkey. I am your host, as always, Herbert S. Tuttleton on Herbert S. Tuttleton's Hell Hour. I thank you for attending and joining me. You've just completed one day of the work week, and you can't wait to go to bed early and do it all over again for 4 more consecutive days before you have a break from the man, and then you're back here on Monday ready to do it again. Oh, what a day it has been. We have many exciting promises and secrets for you. But first, as always, and this might be a barren wasteland, but let's check in with the chat. Just me. Thank you, one concurrent viewer. Checking in with the chat. Oh, 2 concurrent viewers now. Great. We've doubled the amount of viewership in just this short amount of time. I can't wait. This is a 100% increase. So statistics are looking up. This is looking great. And we love to see your chats and to hear your qualms, queries. How was everyone's weekend is usually what someone would say if they were in a job setting, talking amidst the water cooler. So let me know how your weekend went, and I'll try to care. We'll give it a good 30 seconds here. I have little patience and little time for your meandering and chatting. Now we're up to 3. Geez, wow. A 200% increase from where we started. Really ramping it up here. It usually takes everyone, because as we know, our audience is very lazy, getting in the door. That's why we put literally 15 minutes worth of filler in the beginning so that you have plenty of time to come in. Excellent. My day was okay. Great. That's checking in with the chat. What a fun experience. I will let you know that as of right now, I am fully vaccinated. Therefore, I can now finally begin to go back to bars and other places of live worship and entertainment and proceed to get at my old tricks of sitting there, not trying to instigate a bar fight, but a bar fight always finds me, and I will confront the person who has the bar fight, and I will win because they must adhere to my handicap of a 15-minute head start, and if they can't find me, then I win. So I can't wait to get back to those old tricks. I also can't wait to get back to live comedy. If you would like, in May, I have live shows at Flappers Comedy Club in beautiful Burbank, California. Flappers Comedy Club, the club that is just all 1920s Prohibition themed. We don't know why they picked that. We don't know. They opened well before Prohibition. They opened also well before professional venues like the Hollywood Improv and Comedy Store and Laugh Factory. Laugh Factory, you would think, is the closest to being a little bit weird because it's a factory of laughter, which seems counterintuitive to comedy. Like you're manufacturing laughter in some sort of dilapidated gray theater, and the jokes are there aplenty, but the quality is far inferior to that of, say, the Hollywood Improv, which you could say no one prepares anything there because it's improv, and you might be right. And then the Comedy Store, where you purchase jokes and goods and laughs. So I guess all of these are very transactional. Flappers, but by far is the most egregious. Why would they call it Flappers? Like, that's a 1920s dancer. That has nothing to do with comedy. at least in the title of those comedy club venues, then you would be like, oh, there's laughter. It's advertised. But Flappers, who knows what you're going to get? So I have to tell you that it's comedy that you'll get, and it's me. So maybe not comedy. Maybe just a screed on the latest Tom and Jerry movie, which is definitely what I like to do. That being said, we have a very exciting program to you. Oh, KP Senti has joined the chat. KP Senti, longtime listener. KP Senti, I want to thank you personally for being here for every single goddamn episode that we've ever done. This season has been 22. It will be 22 episodes long. This is our penultimate episode, and we are very excited for our guest. I would like to introduce him now with his intro that he has prepared to me. Please sit back and relax for a true expert astrophysicist who needs no introduction, because the video introduction will introduce him. Please enjoy and listen.
The mysteries of the universe stretch farther than our imagination. The secrets of the planets alive. Man has taken flight to the stars. Man has cracked the code to the human genome. Man has delved into the deepest depths of the earth. Man skates across the ice. Man has discovered the states of being, space, the outer limits, the nebula, Orion, Moon Man, stars, gas, supernovas. Pittsburgh is the center of the universe. It's undressing the cosmos with Julian Brinkley.
Dr. Brinkley? I'm sorry, I don't know if you're a doctor. I know that you're an astrophysicist, but Julian Brinkley, it is an honor and a privilege to be joined here with you on Hellhour to talk to an expert about everything cosmos related and undressing it. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Herbert. It's a pleasure to be upon your show. And though I am not technically a doctor, I do have a lot of professional expertise in the subject of astrophysics.
Well, that's excellent. As we all know, I am a self-made man, and I'm glad to finally have a self-made man on the program.
No, I'm not self-made. I give all credit to the institutions that I was previously a part of and the people in my life. You are the product of the 5 people around you. That is something that great men like Mike Tomlin reiterates to anyone who will listen to them on many occasions.
I'm sorry, I don't know if you said you are only as good as the 5 men that are around you. Did you say 5 or fine?
5. You are the average of the 5 people around you.
That's an interesting theory. Can you delve more into that? Why it is 5 and why there will only be 5?
Well, in nature, one observes 5s throughout. For instance, 5 digits on each hand, 5 digits on each foot, at least 5 planets in the solar system, 5 seasons.
That's true.
5 oceans. 5 is a naturally recurring number, and you'll find that because of that, it has become imbued within our systems on the very biological level of what our essences are, that we find ourselves the average of the 5 people around us.
Interesting. So 5 is, you could say, the perfect number, or the secret number to unlocking the universe, as it were.
Well, the universe has many numbers that will be required to unlock it, and they will be needed to be put into the correct sequence in order for the universe to simply allow us to cross its end zone and reach that touchdown. I am not a mathematician. I am an astrophysicist. So astrophysics is my particular bailiwick I should no longer delve into these matters of biology and personal developments and allow this conversation instead to be steered towards what I am actually an expert in, which is the astros and their physics.
Perfect. I didn't want to dissuade you or
An
take you on.
interesting tangent nonetheless.
Yes, it's good to talk amongst scholarly people such as myself, being a film and playwright, auteur, very well regarded within my community, as I'm sure you are well regarded within yours, of astrophysics.
I am certainly in Western Pennsylvania regarded as an astrophysicist.
Excellent. Well, no finer place, I would think. So that's good. Well, let's get into your topics of expertise. You've come here with some prepared topics to educate our listeners. This will be probably the first time that we've done an educational segment, as all of them have been advertised as educational, but have quickly turned out to be actually whatever is the opposite of educational. It would be a great dumbening, I suppose.
So, taking knowledge away.
Yes, I believe so.
I see, Herbert. Well, I won't waste any more of your time. Allow me to get straight into talking about space and its infinite nature. Do you know how far away the Earth is from the sun?
I was waiting for that to be a rhetorical, but I'm going to assume many miles.
Yep. Google it.
All right, I'll get to it.
It's many, many miles. It would take a long time to reach that location if one were to travel there by foot, which is, of course, impossible because of something called gravity. Gravity is the thing that holds the whole cosmos together. Now, imagine, if you will, let's see. Imagine the universe is this piece of paper right here.
Okay.
A given object in the universe here has some sort of mass and density here. And the heavier that object is, like this commemorative Pittsburgh Penguins bobblehead, the more mass it has, the greater, therefore, the gravity that pulls upon it as it makes this greater indent into the universe. This indent becomes its gravity, hence why bigger planets such as Jupiter and the sun have such higher gravity than the Earth, and why it would not be able to travel to those locations as a human if you were to go without making some modifications. So therein, vis-a-vis, is the first lesson. Now, let's also talk about the other obstacle posed by the universe, which I did allude to earlier, which was that there are many miles upon miles between each celestial object. And that's not because of social distancing.
I'm sorry, are you pausing for a laugh there for a topical humor?
I figured there'd be some laughs in the chat. No, it's because
here,
of a...
let me give it to you here, so you don't feel bad. There you go.
That was scornful.
I'm sorry, it's the only sample of laughter that I have. It's very hard to come by laughter. You would be surprised.
I would not be surprised. Not in my lifetime. Laughter is as precious as oxygen is in the galaxy.
Fair point.
How do we traverse this galaxy if it is so immense and it is miles upon miles and so many miles that one could not walk even if one could walk in space? There is many, perhaps, ways we could do so. We could build a space station or a spaceship. We could freeze ourselves and put ourselves in the spaceship so that we would not age and that the spaceship could travel for years upon years while we were there, our bodies crossing through space. But what if instead of moving ourselves through space, we could move space through ourselves?
All right, that's an interesting concept. It seems rather sci-fi, but I'm excited to hear your theory on this explained, if you would.
All right. Picture, I don't know, picture the universe as this piece of paper.
Okay, we know. We've pictured it before.
Okay, say that we're here. We want to get here. We're between two spots on this. Now, one way we could dip between these two spots would be to travel between these two locations here. But this is many miles. The space here is many miles. Many miles. Instead, what we could do, we could fold time and space and bring those locations together. There in vis-a-vis, eliminating those many miles and making it so that we got from here to here because here got to here.
I believe you're describing the theory that Mr. Clark made on Stranger Things with the paper plates.
I have not seen Stranger Things.
The man who actually played Mr. Clark was a guest on Hal Hauer. We found out that he was in the chat constantly, and he was my arch nemesis. So it's a little sore subject to bring up, but the theory is sound because it was advertised on TV, and everything they show on TV is true. So just to let you know that a TV show on Netflix, Stranger Things, I think they're on season 3, presented this.
Okay, well, I heard it from another place way before that show was even a thing. So I'm not really concerned about some show. What I am here to do is to ask the listeners if they can figure out a way to do this, to fold the space and time, to let us know, to let us know. Because sometimes in life you'll find that traditional avenues have been closed off to you. For instance, perhaps you aren't able to take part in space travel, at least like the government sanctioned or the space tourism aspects.
Are you saying you have been on
barriers?
You've been on unsanctioned space tours or space expeditions?
No, I haven't. But say that you're not allowed to, like a lot of people are not. So perhaps there needs to be an alternative, and that alternative would be the folding thing. So let me know if you have any ideas.
Well, we'll put it to the listeners to see if they know how to fold time in on itself and taking space along with it. KP Senti has a solution. He says, just fold the paper like you did. That was his suggestion of how to fold space and time.
It's brilliant. Okay, here's what we need. KP Senti. Let's see, what do we have? Okay. Let's say that our current location is this disposable razor. And let's just say that entropy, the amount of disorder in the universe, is this Boyd's Bear wizard collectible with a cute little list that has a wizard college diploma and a crystal ball.
What is a Boyd's Bear?
Oh, a Boyd's Bear is it's a collectible. Boyd's Bears and Friends. We are here for a spell. Get all the good laughs while you can. Edition 14E 2068, The Wonderful Wizard of Woz. This is the Boyd's Collection Limited, handmade in China, 1995. It's a collectible.
Okay, I didn't know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. Let's say our location is this disposable razor, and entropy in the universe is this Boyd's Bear wizard collectible who has his diploma from Wizardry College. All right, excellent. And then let's say that mass is this digital camera, the state-of-the-art 5.0 megapixels digital camcorder. the MDC 5000. This is the mass. And then, okay, of course, let's say that the volume is this stapler here, this ergonomic stapler. So mass divided by volume, mass divided by the volume gives us the density. So the stapler divided by the digital camera there in vis-a-vis gets us the cordless phone, which is the density. So now we've simplified. Let's integrate the density. So therefore we know the conditional distribution function, and we can determine the probability of getting this mass here. So we have this book, this, let's say this biography of Eisenhower, and let's say the chapter 762, chapter TAPS. Let's say that this whole page here are the conditional probabilities. Therein, what we need is Euler's number so that we can take an exponential function. Therein, we can plot, let's say that Euler's number is represented by this electric pencil sharpener. And actually, let's get, so this is Euler's number. And let's take the natural logarithm of Euler's number. So, excellent.
So you're sticking the natural logarithm of Euler's number into that, but what about, where is the stapler at this point?
Stapler is already, no, the stapler was the volume. This was the mass. These things divided there and gave us the volume. So stay with me. I'm trying to dumb this down.
That's fine. Please continue. I'm sorry that I interrupted.
Once we have all of the conditional probabilities that we understood, we've canceled out Euler's number by taking the natural log. Therein, we introduce this, the exoskeleton.
Yes, I have that one. That's the exosuit of Lieutenant James T. something rather from Robotech. It's a collector's item now. You probably shouldn't be playing with that. I hope you still have the missiles, because the missiles are the part that usually people don't have.
I don't have the missiles. But you put the missiles in at the top here, and then when you lower these, they shoot?
Actually, when you click them up higher, they shoot.
You load them like this, and then they shoot like this?
No, you load them while the wings are down, and then when you put the wings up, there you go, and you kind of superposition them, then they fire.
Well, regardless, this is the prototype. Let's say this is what they're in to allow us to be sheltered from the disturbances across the ripple therein of the time that we have created through increasing the entropy, which is the wizard bear. And finally, we've reached our original destination here.
Mm-hmm.
Say this is our final destination, the chapstick.
All right. And so we went from a bunch of shit to chapstick is what I got out of that.
They all represent parts of the equation that we just came up with. We've solved the problem.
I have to trust you, but I'm still wondering where the phone comes into all this. Also, Eisenhower's biography, chapter 15 of TAPS, which I imagine is when Eisenhower left the military to pursue his career in politics. I don't know where that translated to.
It doesn't need to translate. It's immaterial. It's
then
not.
Why was it shown if it was immaterial? It has no consequence.
It's not literal. They just represent. They're just like. You ever done algebra? They're just like the letters that you solve for.
That's fair. What was so we got chapstick out of all of that. What was the...
We didn't get chapstick out of that. We got to chapstick. Chapstick was the destination.
But I thought that the razor was the final destination.
The razor was the place we began.
So we went from razor to chapstick.
But those are just representing spots in time and space. The fourth dimension.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm not thinking fourth dimensionally.
Let's take it from the beginning here. We have a piece of paper. Here, this is one dimension. See this? There's one dimension to it.
Yes, I see that. Very good.
Now, therein, let's pretend, define the column space of this. So this would be any space that comes off of the top here, the second dimension here. So let's go back to the stars and stripes pencil that we sharpened earlier with Euler's number. Imagine there's an infinite number of pencils sticking up above this piece of paper. These infinite pencils in this space is the column space. Are you with me?
As close as I can be, yes. There's an infinite number of pencils sticking out of a paper.
Okay, then we have the row space across, that's the columns. Then we have the row space, which goes out this way. So let's say the row space is Jazz.
Jazz the Autobot?
Yes, but not really Jazz the Autobot. It's actually the row space.
All right, fair enough. He's now the row space.
Now we have vectors in 3 dimensions, the columns and the rows, and the original plane. Now we just need the 4th space, which is the null space, space-time. So Jazz gets us the 3rd dimension here, but he can also transform.
Is he into... All right, looks like you're getting it there. Looks like he's gonna transform into a car. He's almost there. Got the front wheels. What about that back? Where's that back gonna go? Okay. All right, that's about as good as it's gonna get.
And there we have it. 4 dimensions.
Okay. I think that you said the column space, the row space, which I can only imagine you're forming a grid, which is 2-dimensional space. Got to get that z-axis in there somewhere. Where is that z-axis at? Is that his transforming?
I don't have time to explain this to you anymore. If you can't follow the simple explanations, then you know what?
Oh, is that it? I'm sorry. Are you typing some? Are you eking out something in the corner? What are you doing in the corner there?
Nothing. Just showing off the. Just maybe just.
Are you
Penguins.
saying kiss your shoulder the Pittsburgh Penguins? Are you asking me to kiss your shoulder the Pittsburgh Penguins?
No, just saying like 3 titles, 11 years, 5 titles in 25 years. Title town, you know?
I have to take your word for it. I also did some research, and Earth, thank you KP Senti, is 93.2 million miles away, which was your original question. Lot of miles. Yep, lots of frequent flyer miles on that guy.
And they're miles that I'm never going to get to cross.
I'm sorry, why will you not get to cross those miles?
It doesn't matter. Maybe I will because of the plan that the equation. Perhaps I'll come up with it.
Yes, all those things. The exosuit that flies. Is a little gun, a little rotating missile launcher. That's good. You're again presenting your shoulder to kiss in Pittsburgh. Yep. I have to ask because it seems that you're okay. Oh, that's the Steelers. So Julian Brinkley, I have to.
AFC.
Yeah, they're
AFC.
They're the American Football Club as opposed to the National Football Club. Very good. You know your football conferences. Yep. Julian, this is a lot of interesting Pittsburgh paraphernalia, which is what I wanted my next question to be. What is your obsession with Pittsburgh sports teams? You seemed, even in your intro video, it was mostly science-based, but we had a few shots of what looked like the fridge.
My obsession is with where we live, this galaxy, this universe, this solar system. And for me, Western Pennsylvania, where I root for the greatest sporting franchises in the entire solar system, universe, and galaxy. Pittsburgh Steelers, the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Pittsburgh Pirates, but also most of the Steelers and the Penguins.
Yeah, I noticed that the Pirates were strangely absent from the intro video. Do you not like?
No, they're not strangely absent. Once baseball season starts, you're going to be surprised by this team this year.
That's what they strangely say every year, and every year we are not surprised.
What do you love?
I love the cinema. I love the art of film. I love.
Have you seen The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh?
No, I haven't seen The Fish That Saved. Is that a real movie or is that a local doc?
Is that a real movie?
I'll get to Googling.
You call yourself a cinephile.
No, I'm not a cinephile. I repute that accusation. I'm not a cinephile. The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. This is a 1979 Julius Irving.
Ever heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard him. You know what? Let's just throw this on for the sake of getting this out of the way. So you have said to me, that's a Coca-Cola bottle. Yes. You also were obsessed with the Coca-Cola polar bears.
Not obsessed. Just think they're cute.
Okay.
What's wrong with being brand loyal?
No,
There's so much. There's so much that's so irrational and random about our universe. What's wrong with just liking something that's standardized? It's always the same, consistent, reliable.
You know what? You're
illusion of rationality.
You're not wrong. Let's cut right now to. I'm waiting for the ads to quit. Oh no, I can't skip the ad. I'm gonna wait for this ad to complete because we use the browser history. You know what? Fuck this. I'm not gonna use the browser source. Browser source sucks when you do this shit.
What have you done?
I haven't done anything. Look, I am trying to capture Windows and to show you what you so desperately wanted, which was me to Google The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. So I am getting it for you. Yeah, that's Pittsburgh. Here. I'm going to cut to here. And we're going to play it for the audience.
There it is, Steel City, Tuttleton.
It says Fish Fever. This seems very Pittsburgh-centric. I don't think this was a major release. It's like the Gong Show. Music. Oh no, she sat down. Pittsburgh had a basketball team at one point?
No, other than the Pittsburgh Panthers NCAA team, but you could imagine how great the sports would have been professionally.
The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. Well,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, ever heard of him? Richard Pryor?
Yeah, I've heard of him. Richard Pryor was in the film?
I think so.
I'm Googling. I'm actually going back. I can just go back a tab. This seems very Pittsburgh-centric. It's starring Julius Irving, Jonathan Winters, Jack Kehoe, which we saw, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you got it. Nicholas Pryor, Richard Pryor's brother. I'm sorry. He looks like just like him. Emmett Walsh, who was the fat guy. Stockard Channing, Flip Wilson. These are all basketball players from the 1979 era. So that's what we got on that. KP Senti, why is editing OBS Live scary? It's never scary at all. Not for me. I just quickly flip and just do whatever the hell I want. Well, Julian...
Do you know what it's like to want something, whatever the hell you want, and to be told constantly over and over again it's not going to happen?
This seems deeply personal. What are you alluding to? Just like your objects...
Do you know what it's like to all you want to do after witnessing all of your favorite teams except for one win national championships after championships is to go to space and to be told, hey, you got to study for that. They're great. I'll study. How about this? And then you tell them some things and they're not impressed. And you're like, well, maybe I should dumb it down. And you grab things around the room and you start trying to explain it like they do in the movies. And all the science guys come in and save the day. And they still look at you like they're about to ask you to leave. And then finally you say, look, there's got to be something I could do. And they're like, yeah, well, you could just, what if you join the Air Force? You become a good pilot. And then you say, how dare you? How dare you, sons of bees? You
Sons of bees.
You little B's, C's, D's.
The strong language.
You're lucky. You better pray. Because you don't even know how hard it is to be a pilot when you have flat feet.
Are you turning away for dramatic effect, or are you grabbing something else? We have what flat feet
hurt
looks.
Man. So you don't got to show me. I know what it look like. I have flat feet.
It looks like this.
It's the rule of 5. Yeah, there they are. The 5 digits attached to a nasty flat, never going to space surface.
Well, what about Gary Sinise in Apollo 13? He went to space.
No, he didn't. He didn't go to space. He's the only one who didn't go to space because he was sick. He was sick with a sickness. Is not quite as sick as flat feet. There he is, but he was sick nonetheless.
So you're telling me that
imagine this wizard bear is your hope and your dreams, and you're like, I want to go to space. And then imagine this mouse, this Terminator mouse.
It's a Terminator
mouse. Well, it looks like this guy that, look at this guy. It's got the optic thing.
I'll give it to you.
Imagine this is the world terminating your dreams. So this is the sword that you keep in your house. So then one day you take the sword and you just saw your own head off.
What? No. I thought you were going to say you take the sword and defeat evil. You don't saw your own head off. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my God. Stop it. That's morbid and not for my viewers. And I bet YouTube's going to flag it for fucking suicide illusions.
You didn't say that word. I
No,
would
you
never
didn't.
quit. I
You
would
were
just saw my own head off.
You were thinking it.
Stop showing those pictures.
What
I don't
pictures?
need to see that. I know what it looks like. Those pictures of the flat feet. I know what they look like. That's what they said when I showed up and I tried to be an Air Force pilot. And they said, you can't have flat feet if you want to be a pilot. And I said, I don't really want to be a pilot. I just want to go to space. They said, no person with flat feet's ever been to space, and no person will ever be in space. They will die on this earth.
Just like Gary Sinise.
Well, yeah, he probably will. Well, no, he's probably rich. He'll probably get one of those. He'll probably go on space tourism, and then he'll be fine. He could just croak up there.
You think that Gary Sinise, the actor, has a personal vendetta to go to space because of the movie Apollo 13, that he doesn't have any other desires? That was the one.
You're the one who brought up Gary Sinise. I didn't even want to talk about Gary Sinise. I came on the show because I saw a flyer in a bathroom, and it said, come here, we're looking for experts. And I was like, okay, I'm going to prove I'm an expert. And you know what? Instead of selling me as an expert, you cut my legs out. and you made everyone think I was stupid. But guess what? I'm not
No,
stupid.
I gave you your airtime. I gave you your
No, but you
explanation.
kept asking questions. You kept being like, "That doesn't make sense. Where's the phone in this?" You made me
Well,
feel
where
stupid.
was it? Where was
I
it?
told you where it was.
just wanted
I
to
had
know.
the thing. You know, if you're gonna have more guests on, you really got to make sure that you do a better job, because I think you're gonna have a lot of blood on your hands. That's what I think.
You think I'm gonna have blood on my hands? You think that I'm going to have murder intent on my hands?
No, not murder. The other one, the self-murder.
The self-murder. Why are you saying?
I don't say that word. You said that word. But I think you're going to have a lot of people do that. They're going to come on this show, and they're going to feel good about themselves until they have this Tuttleton guy who comes in and makes them feel bad. And then you know what? It's going to be like this. It's going to be like taps. Taps are going to play, just like that book.
The Dwight Eisenhower autobiography.
And they're never going to get to the chapstick.
Which is the final destination. I was listening, and I heard it. So I apologize to you because it actually did make sense. In its crude, simplified way, it made sense to me.
Thank you. Look, if anyone out there can help me, or maybe know somebody who can help me get to space, I promise I will make it up to you somehow. I'll do whatever dirty little thing you need me to do. I feel like I've always been normal. And there's something extraordinary about people who go to space. Because you can count the people who've been in space on one hand. It's like a Mount Rushmore.
There's 5 of them.
Rule of 5. Just like what we said.
It's all coming back around. I'm Googling. You're almost... What?
I was going to ask, also, does anyone know how to get to charge it, to charge one of these? They don't take like the normal batteries. I have some pictures on here I'd really rather the world not see, so I gotta get them off this digital camera before they get in the cloud.
The only person who is in the chat is KP Senti. So we ask KP Senti now, in a very urgent, hushed tone, how do you charge? What type of thing is that?
Oh, it's an MDC 5000 multifunctional digital camera.
I'm Googling.
This bad boy's got 5.0 megapixels.
I see it. Charger.
Oh, never mind. It just takes double A's.
All right. Well, we solved that mystery. That's good to know. I thought that it was going to be some...
The mysteries of the universe. I'd like to solve them if I could go space. Just see what it feels like to finally feel weightless. Not have everyone bearing down on me all the time.
On your fallen arches.
Yeah.
I'd like to
maybe
get
that's
the third...
maybe that's why they're so fallen, because I got so much weight on me. People are always like, Julian, you got to pick a realistic goal. You can't just say you want to go to space. It's like, okay, well, why is it not realistic? And then they list the things that are wrong about me. And I'm like, well, I didn't need that.
Well, I'd like to get the third guest, or the third person who is the second guest on this program. Of course, I'm talking about KP Senti. He's just been up in the chat. He's got a lot of things to say. He's saying, wow, KP Senti is really taken aback by your story. He feels for you. You've garnished empathy from him, and you now have his empathy. So I think that is at least some consolation.
KP, do you work at NASA or anything?
Let's see. The stream's on a delay, I will say. So it live reporting is not the best, but it's as good as it can be. I bet it's 10 seconds behind. So KP says,
I was thinking about things I could.
He says no.
Like what I. Okay, all right, yeah. Well, there's only like 4 or 5 people who have, so I'm not surprised. But
well, I googled actually, and you're close to the. KP said he's going to find out if he has any connections there, but I googled the number of people who've been to space. It's 553.
What? Wait, 553, rule of 5.
Almost.
What are the odds it would be divisible by 5 like that?
I don't think 553 is divisible by 5.
There's 2 5s in it, so you divide those out. You're left with a 3. Nice try. I'm not stupid. I'm going to space because KP Senti, he's going to check for connections at NASA. And I'm going to figure out what I can do.
I'll
true. Clean. You know what? I was thinking maybe I could just tell stories. Like they could have me, I could sit at the back of like the cockpit and people could be like, hey, Julian, tell us a good story. And I'll be like, okay, great. It was 2009. The Pittsburgh Penguins had just been defeated the year before by the Detroit Red Wings. Their second best player, Marian Hossa, had then left the Penguins to sign as a free agent with the Detroit Red Wings. Who do the Penguins meet in the NHL Stanley Cup Finals but the Detroit Red Wings, with their former teammate Marian Hossa now on the Red Wings? But this time the tables turned and they're different, so that the Penguins actually won.
The tables turned and they were different.
Had egg on his face, big egg, yellow yolk style, all up and down his person because he went to the wrong team. And that's when you learned you don't mess with the pit.
Was that also the year that Lemieux was on the team?
No, Lemieux owns the team. He was on the team in the 90s, then he got cancer, and they couldn't even stop him. Even though he got cancer, he came back and played a little bit more.
Kind of like a Michael Jordan of hockey.
No. Michael Jordan is the Mario Lemieux of basketball.
I see. I apologize.
See, I'm smart, and I could tell these stories in the cockpit, and they'd be like, wow, thanks, Julian, because you told us that inspirational story. We now just blew up an asteroid, and it's in smithereens. So, and I'll be like, happy to help.
Well, I have good news. KP Senti says that he has one mutual connection that used to work at NASA through FEMA. Do you need a piece of paper? Maybe a bunch of infinite pencils that are United States that you just sharpened?
I'm trying to find something that would explain how happy I am, but none of the things here actually would be enough to show my gratitude. KP Senti, if you need like a resume, a CV, or whatever, or if you just need me to zoom in, you just tell me, okay? I'm good for it. This is the greatest day of my life. Tuttleton, I'm so glad I saw your ad in that bathroom stall, because truly, I take back what I said. You do change lives, and you change them for the better.
May I ask, because we need to check with our marketing and street team, which is just me, what bathroom stall and at what bar was the flyer at?
It was in Flappers, the comedy club in Burbank.
Good. It's good to know that marketing is working. Julian Brinkley, would you like to go to a place to celebrate?
Okay.
Let's go to the club. And we're going to play it out here with, of course, a great club hit where you can dance your little feet off to.
Somebody call 911. Shawty fire burning on the dance floor. Whoa.
Yeah, the phone. Turn on the phone.
What's up, Quan? Kingston. Let's go. Hey. Red one. Hey. Hey. Shawty got that super thing. Hotter than the sun in the south of Spain. Got me soon as
Julian Brinkley, everyone. We thank him for being here. We thank him for dancing. We thank him for all his objects. Thank you again for joining us here this Monday at 7 p.m. We will the next episode is the last episode. I like that I'm talking over a bunch of Sean Kingston right now. Julian Brinkley, thank you for this. Thank you, Eisenhower, for writing a great biography. Real quickly. Julian Brinkley, do you have any final thoughts or words that you'd like to say while you're in the club?
I'm going to space, baby.
Fair enough. We'll see you for the last episode of Herbert S. Tuttleton's Hellhour. Thank you very much, Julian Brinkley, and we are out of here.
Wow, that's another one in the book. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey, and if you have other money that you want to donate, Cyberpunk is coming out this week, so maybe donate to me. I mean, Herbert, and look at all the cool stuff you can get. I got the chair. I don't know what this thing is, but I'm going to want it, and some mugs, keychains, and some people say this is tips, but I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, we need your bank account number, routing, and PIN, and grandmother's maiden name. You'd be crazy what they ask for nowadays. And no, Chase, I've been burned before. All right, thanks, guys. See you next time.
wrong with me? Tell me why have you fucked up inside, and you're so sweet that I want to die. Tell me why have you fucked up inside, and you're so sweet that I want to die. Tell me why have you fucked up inside, and you're so sweet that I want to die. Tell me why have you fucked up inside, and you're so sweet that I want to die.